The bright lights of Cardiff Bay, fast becoming one of the main sailing centres in South Wales by day, while by night it was the scene of the launch of OnBoard in South Wales, a scheme to encourage youngsters into the sport, which is backed from the very top of the RYA.
It's absolutely vital. I mean, I'm the chief exec, but I mean, there's nothing more important than I do, frankly, than try and put schemes together that grow the base of our sport, particularly with young people. And people this time might be looking to the pennies and the pounds even, but the reality is that we've got a great free natural resource around the coast of Wales. South Wales is a great sailing area, and we've got a lot of the volunteers, the clubs, the boats, the education authorities, the youngsters, and frankly with a small amount of ingenuity and a lot of past experience, we can get lots and lots more kids on the water.
It's nearly 4 years since we started the scheme in 2005. And since then we've done 138,000 young people sessions, and just over 6,000 of those children have become regular sailors. So brilliant.
Hoping to get it off to a good start, working in commission, part-time for the Harbour Authority, and I think we've got in the range of 10 schools signed up this year already, many secondary schools and also primary schools, so hoping it's going to be a good year.
Where else in the country is there a huge conurbation of a major capital city sitting next to a lake? It's protected. It's got everything that if you were trying to develop a scheme from scratch with a blank piece of paper, what would you need? Loads of youngsters, right? A friendly environment. The Harbour Authority is great, and a great facility with 2 sailing clubs in the bay, 1 outside, and whatever. So we're really potentially, I think, have got one of the real hotspots nationally in the UK scene here in Cardiff over the next few years.
Behind the scenes, we also have sponsors and supporters of the programme, and one of those is Team Origin. So they're all about America's Cup team for Great Britain, and having a link to that kind of aspirational sailing is great. We want to tell everybody about what they're doing too.
For OnBoard Development Officer Tom Evans, working with Welsh Yachting Association, South Wales Development Officer Ben Smith, the hard work has already begun. Most of the region's clubs were represented at the launch, and they want to follow in the footsteps of Cardiff Bay Club, who've already reached the standard to become an on-board training centre.
We've really gone down the youth training schemes over the last 5 years, as you know. Cardiff Bay easily being one of the big youth training centres now for Wales. We don't have dynasty families in Wales like the rest of England. Most of the children's sailors in South Wales come from non-dynasty families, and in Cardiff Bay I'd say that was something like 80 or 90%, and we've worked very hard on bringing those families in and doing it. But there's a limit to how many families you can get hold of. So having a tie-up with schools and bringing in the families from there is the way we want to go forward.
Well, we're very excited about the chance to welcome more children into sailing. It's a sport that all the members have enjoyed for many, many years, most of whom have joined because they had some family connection with the club. And this will open up the possibility for children from other backgrounds to come and join us, hopefully with the whole of their family joining in and enjoying our beautiful waterside facilities and a lovely outdoor activity.
It's exactly what we need. We're trying to set up a water sports centre at Llanbeck with a brand new building with a £500,000 investment, and OnBoard is exactly what we need, because one of our purposes, we're a charity, and one of our purposes is to increase participation for young people, and in fact people of all ages, in sailing and in other water sports, and OnBoard is absolutely perfect for that. The more people who can get out on the water, the better.
I'm a windsurfing senior instructor. I also help to run the centre, and it's been a mission of mine over the last 2 or 3 years to actually launch or relaunch T15 in South Wales, because we had a club here a good few years ago. There were a couple of clubs and they just kind of died out, so it's been my ambition to get it up and running again. We've started our club now, and there is a second club starting hopefully in Cardiff quite soon.
They're incredible figures, an incredible success rate.
So far, but we aim to have 500,000 young people having sailed over the 10 years of the project, and 10% of those being retained for regulars. So we've still got some tough targets to reach.
Within a couple of years, hopefully, the clubs will sustain the onboard scheme themselves, and I shall be looking onto the smaller clubs within South Wales and work with them, and hopefully they can become self-reliant, and the onboard scheme will be here for years to come.
You can see all the figures, the huge numbers, 6 figures of children going through the scheme nationally. Must be a really exciting time here in Wales.
Yeah, well, very exciting, and hopefully these kids that are coming through this year now will be in the national squads for years to come.